Charlie Turner.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Good morning. It is Friday morning. Oh, actually almost noon. It's 11:58 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I guess this is going to be considered brunch. The only thing I've had so far this morning is my multivitamin, of course, and I started drinking down my first jug of water. Oh, y'all, look. This time I put in some fresh mint leaves and some cucumber. So I've had that, and then there was like a little slice, y'all, like a little slice of a blood orange that I had in the refrigerator. And since I'm dealing with live whole foods, as you know, these foods are highly perishable. So I am trying to be very vigilant about making sure I don't allow any of this food to go to waste, okay? So I had a little slice of that because it was left over, and I was like, let me eat this before it goes bad. And I haven't had anything else. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna eat first, which is gonna be a sweet potato that I'm gonna dress up a little bit. And then, y'all, I have a craving, okay, for the okra and tomato. But I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. And I also have y'all at a different angle. So if I'm like if it feels a little different, that's why. So let me know if you like this angle or where I've had you at the previous, I don't know, 3-4 videos. I think today is day 6. The first day 5, day 6. I don't know. Just let me know if you like this angle or the previous angle. Okay. So what I have over here, y'all, is sweet potato. Oh, before we get into that, let me show you our Irish moss. Y'all, this is probably gonna be another long video, so just be prepared. I'll put timestamps if I need to. But here's our Irish moss. Look at that. Okay, so I have drained it and filled it up with water maybe 3 times now. And I'll probably just do it once more right before maybe like 5 p.m. and that's when I'll finally blend it up to get my gel. But so far, y'all, it is looking really nice. It has expanded. If you remember how it looked from yesterday, it was all dried out. Of course, that's how it's supposed to be. And you put it in water and it expands and looks like this. And most of the impurities I have gotten out. Oh, I thought I saw one right there. Yeah, most of them I've gotten out. So what I realized is that sometimes you do have to go through, like as you're rinsing, and some of these little spiky areas will hold in some impurities, so you might have to pick it out with your finger. This is what it looks like. And so you can tell it's starting to fall apart. That's what it should be doing. It kind of just breaks up in your hand like that. Ooh, I got a little piece on the floor. I'll have to clean it up later. But y'all, a very important thing I wanted to mention is that I am afraid that the brand I got is actually pool farmed or pool created sea moss versus sea moss which is wild crafted straight out of the ocean. So this was my first time buying it. Like I said, some of this stuff I'm still learning as I go. So if you are going to buy sea moss, make sure that you are buying sea moss that is wild crafted, meaning straight out of the ocean. From what I've learned, oceans in the Caribbean are far more pure, like St. Lucia. So if you can find sea moss that is sourced from the Caribbean, then you're better off with that. And then also, this would be considered golden sea moss. There is also royal or purple sea moss, and the difference is that the purple sea moss has antioxidants in it, which can help boost your immune system. So I think my next time around, I am definitely getting wild caught, but I think I'm gonna go with the purple. Okay, so that's where we are with that. And let me set this over here somewhere. All right, y'all, so my sweet potato, let's Well, let's do that next. Let me show you what I have here so far. So I hope you guys can get a good look. This is just some okra that I've chopped up. You can see that the slime is already coming out of it, so it's cooking down well. And I kind of left things separate so I could show you. Now I'm gonna mix it up. And then this is sweet onion right here. These are some of those little tiny tomatoes, and I've chopped those up in fourths the long way, and then I've also added some garlic here. So that is going to cook down. And y'all, I'm doing these videos like this because instead of just showing you the finished item, I think some people might be interested in saying, okay, well, how did you make that? But it's not necessarily a recipe video because I don't really go with measurements. So I'm just showing y'all what I'm doing in case somebody wants to try to recreate it, but I don't really have measurements, y'all. I go with what I feel, so. But if you need measurements, I can, for anything that I've made, I can definitely, you know, inshallah, make it again and try to pay close attention to the amount of each item that I'm using to provide measurements if someone needs it, okay? All right, y'all, so I just left this out to show you. This was the sweet onion I used. This is the garlic that I used. And these little cherub tomatoes that I showed you when we were in HEB. And then the fresh okra. Y'all, I've been going off on this okra. Like, look, I only have, 6 little pieces left. And then that's some red bell pepper that I'm gonna use to make a sauce for that later on. All right, so we're gonna throw all of this over to the side. Okay, y'all, so this is what I am excited about, right? I showed you this yesterday. I am going to add this to my, I guess, I have to give this a name, right? My Okra-Tomato Stew, okay? Now I guess it's gonna be Okra-Tomato Enoki Stew. So these are the mushrooms I showed you. And let's give you a good look at those. Come on out, honey. All right, so I'm definitely going to make sure I rinse them off, but this is what they look like. So it's 2 pieces here, and let me turn it this way. You see, 2 different pieces, and it's binded together. So before I cook them, I would probably break up each piece maybe into 3s or 4s, depending, and then you just kind of put it in there. It kind of looks like a mop. a stringy noodle type of mop. So that's gonna go in there as well. But for now, we're just gonna sit it over here on the plastic. I'm gonna have to clean it up. And then I have a piece of red bell pepper here, some leftover Roma, half of a Roma, and then fresh Roma. And I'm gonna blend all that up together and make my base for the sauce. Put in the enoki and then some seasonings. Oh, let me get the seasonings for y'all. What will we use? Oh, y'all, this is a good time for me to use my annatto that I just got. So I'm gonna use the annatto. I'm gonna use the annatto. Definitely. Oh, here's my salt. We're gonna use annatto, salt. What else? Oh yes, sweet basil, parsley. I already have onion and garlic, so we wouldn't necessarily need any onion and garlic powder. And then I need something else. Do I need anything else? Oh, the grapeseed oil, definitely, which is not a seasoning, but we're gonna put a little bit of oil in there. Let me move this out of the way. And then y'all know somewhere in between the potato or this, sometime I'm gonna take my tablespoon of black seed oil. Okay. What do we have here? Now this is my basket of seasonings that are in bags. Do I want to put thyme in there? I want to do Mexican oregano. No, I definitely don't want to do tarragon. I think I'm okay with what I have. Oh, there we go. We're gonna put a little bit of cilantro. There we go. So y'all, usually I already have the seasonings laid out because I decide that before I start the video. But today I didn't. So cilantro, sweet basil, parsley, sea salt, this annatto, which I'm going to be using and tasting for the first time, and then some grapeseed oil. Okay. All right, on to our sweet potato, sweet potato, sweet potato, All right, so what I did is I put it into this little pan here, and I wrapped it in foil, and I just put some water at the bottom of the pan to help it cook. So that's what you see there. The water has definitely evaporated. So this might be, it's been sitting out for a little bit, but it might still have some steam coming out of it. And I just leave the sweet potato completely raw with all the stuff on it. I rinsed it off, but that's about it because I'm just eating the inside. So where is my knife? Uh-oh, y'all. I done lost my knife. Oh, there we go. Turn this baby off. Not very hot. Okay, so what I like to do is just slice, and it's kind of hot. Oh, yeah, I think it's gonna have to cook some more. Yeah, because it shouldn't be that hard to open up. So what I'm going to do is put some more water into the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to put some water here in the foil itself. Close it back up and put it back in there on 350 for maybe another 15-20 minutes, and then I'll show y'all how I dress it all up, okay? All right, y'all, so our sweet potato is still going. However, I wanted to come back on and show y'all the process for preparing and adding these enoki mushroom, okay? So our stew so far has cooked down to where I need it to be. I've added the seasonings. I left them separate just so I can show you. So here is the parsley. Here is the sweet basil in this section. And then I have some cilantro over here. I put the salt. I know you can't see the salt. This is the annatto or achiote here. And then I also added, as you can see on the spoon, some cayenne. I forgot to get that, or failed to get that out of the cabinet earlier, but I got it and added it. So that's what we are mixing up in here right now. Oh, I also switched over to a larger, deeper skillet. So this is the one we had before. So you can kind of see in comparison, this one is actually quite small. Because adding all this stuff, this was just not going to give me enough space. So, and this is the same skillet, y'all, from last night. If you remember, I told you I was going to leave that grapeseed oil in there to use it for something else. So I just got that skillet, which was covered on the other counter, and I just added that stuff here. So the grapeseed oil that's in there is the grapeseed oil from before. I haven't added any new grapeseed oil. But once it cooks and I taste it, if I feel like it needs more grapeseed oil, not necessarily for taste, but for texture and look, then I might add some more, but I haven't yet decided. So we'll see. So this is where our stew is now with all of the seasonings mixed in. It looks pretty already. And y'all see what that achiote did? I think I'm gonna call it annatto. I keep calling it both names. But you see what it did? It created a really nice redness to it. So I really like that. And that's without, not even with the sauce. I still have to add the sauce. So, and I tasted the annatto as well, y'all. I think it would be really good with stews, soups, and if you're cooking or eating any type of meat, maybe beef or lamb or goat, I think it would be really good with that as well. I haven't researched it to see what people usually use it with. It's just by me getting a little bit on my finger and tasting it. I think those are the items that would go really well. All right, so we are going to add our little sauce base here. And again, this is just the Roma tomato and red bell pepper. That red bell pepper, y'all, it has a really nice sweetness to it. So it's gonna make this taste really good. I'm just going to turn this upside down so I get all of that out of there, and I'll add the rest later. I don't want to waste any of it. So we'll set that over here because it goes with that. All right, I'm gonna mix that around. I'm trying to put my hands right to where I'm not blocking y'all from seeing what's happening. Y'all, that's Fulani. Both Fulani and Swahili, they talk. I call it talking because they're very expressive and they've been with me for quite a while. Well, I think it's a year, we're probably at a year and a half now. I have to look at the calendar and count the months, but I know we're over a year. So they've been with me for a while, so where they know me and I know them, and the little noises they make, I can, pretty much read them and see what they're trying to communicate or how they're feeling. So I call it talking. But Fulani she's a little bit more vocally expressive than Swahili. So randomly she'll just be doing stuff. Like right now she's playing. I'm pretty sure you can hear her. Alright, so Enoki time. This is what it looks like now. Look y'all, look at all that stuff. Look at all that debris, all those impurities that have come out, right? So this water was clear before I put that in. Look at the water now. Let's see. So you definitely want to make sure you get all that stuff washed off. And now we're going to cut those ends off. I'm going to show you. Let me do maybe half and then the other half. There we go. Okay, so I'm just holding this whole piece together. A little piece came off, but all of this is together. And I am just going to clip this off. And these are kitchen shears, y'all. And it has a little thing here for if you need to crack any nuts or if you're doing seafood. So I really like these. I think we should cut some more. Well, I think I'll just wash that part off. I think this is, yeah, this is okay. Yeah, this is good. So we're gonna do the next one. This one is like 2 pieces already. So you're clipping off the brown part, but you don't want to clip it off too much to where they become separated. See? So it's still together. This piece was actually already separate. It's still together. All right. This one here, still together except that one piece. So this is what you're going for. And then what you do is just break it up into whatever size you desire. I think this is pretty good for me. I'm going to rinse them off again, and then you would put each of these into whatever you're doing. And you can even just cook these regular by themselves and eat them. So I'm going to finish that. I'm going to separate them, rinse them off again, and then show y'all. Then we're going to add it to our stew. All right, so we have our enoki mushrooms rinsed off. I actually rinsed them off 2 more times, so look at the water now. You don't see all that little debris. Of course, the water is going to be a little bit murky. You are dealing with mushrooms, but you just don't want that debris in there. And I've broken them up. So look how it looks now. This is what you're going for, okay? So each one of these, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on some paper towels really quick to get that excess water off. Now, if you're cooking something whereas you don't mind some extra water being in whatever you're cooking, then you don't have to do this step. But I don't need my stew to be too watery. So I'm gonna place them all right here. See how that water looks? That's what you're going for. And I'm going to just kind of dab them off with my paper towels. going to just add these to our pot. I don't think I need to use all of them though. This one still has, this is not debris. I think it's just dark at the bottom, and that kind of bothers me. So I'm gonna clip that, even though it might make it fall apart. Oh, it didn't. Okay, we're good to go. Maybe one more. All right, let's play around with this. I turned it down a little bit, but I'm gonna put it up on 5. Mix those in. I'll just do a piece of tomato sauce. Y'all, I am the paper towel queen. I am telling you, if I didn't have paper towels in my life, I don't know what I would do. I really don't. Like, I just really don't. I feel like I keep accidentally placing my back towards you guys, and I'm not trying to do that. I usually, like I said, I usually have you at the other angle. Just checking to make sure y'all can still see very well. Yeah, you can. Okay. Fulani, you need to calm down, girl. I think she really like notices and understands when my attention is somewhere else. I could be talking to somebody on the phone. I could be doing something on the computer, and not all the time, but sometimes she just want to come and she'll start making noises and start messing with stuff around the house. And I'm like, Fulani, girl. And Swahili, she definitely has her antics too. Like, she does this really cute thing where I think she knows and understands the sound of spoon and plate or fork and knife or whatever eating utensils and dishes you have. She knows the sound of that. So it's like whenever I sit down to eat something, here she comes. And when it first started happening, I thought, okay, she wants to eat some of my food. So if it was something that I was eating that, you know, it's okay for her to eat, I would offer her some and try to give it to her. But she never, not once, has eaten what I'm eating. She just wants to come and see it and like get close to it. And sometimes I'll let her, because cats, maybe a lot of other animals too, but the animals I am most used to are cats. But cats experience a lot of things through smell. So sometimes they just want to get close enough to something to smell it. And so sometimes if I'm eating something, I'll like put it towards her and let her just get a whiff of it, and then she's fine. She'll either sit there next to me or she'll leave. But almost every single time I'm eating, if she's awake, here she comes. So y'all, that's how that looks. I think I'm okay to add maybe 2 or 3 more of the enoki there. I wanted to do that to let it cook down so I can see if I had space to add more. Oh, there's a little piece that I didn't get out. Look at that. So I want to make sure that they are clean. There we go. One little string just dropped. It looks like I am going to have to add a little bit more of the grapeseed oil here. I don't want to add too much, because if I add too much, then I'm going to have to put more seasonings. So, alright y'all, I'm going to cover this and let it cook down. And then by that time, we should be ready to dress up our baked sweet potato. Okay, y'all, so we are finishing up our stew now. I got a little key lime here and just slid it open because I've already tasted this and I wanted to have a little bit more of a tang to it. And so I am going to sprinkle a little bit of this key lime in there. I'm just really having a taste for lime. So I'm gonna sit that over here on this napkin. Alright, y'all, so we're gonna give this a nice little stir. Just to get that lime juice through there. Now, if I wasn't eating alkaline right now, I would grab that bottle of ketchup in my refrigerator and put a little bit of ketchup in here, and that would do it as well. But I think the lime should give me what I need. Come on, you trying to talk to our tribe? So we're gonna put this in a bowl and give that a moment to cool down. And we're finally gonna dress up our sweet potato. I checked on it and I think it is ready. Y'all, this is about to be so good. Oh my goodness. You know how you can just look at something and you know it's about to be good? Your mouth start watering. I am so ready for this. Okay, there we go. All right, y'all. I am going to, I hate messes. I hate little stuff splattered. I'm always trying to clean as I go. All right, so we have our sweet potato here. Make sure y'all can still see. Bring you a little closer. There we go. Now y'all can really see. So we have our sweet potato. And just gonna get it out of here. Come on, honey. There we go. Don't you slide it down now. Stay back there. Okay, y'all, so open that back. Oh man, I didn't want it to split all the way in half, but that's okay. We're still gonna dress it up. I wanted the bottom to stay together, you know, but I can do it this way. Y'all hold on, we're gonna have to transfer to a different plate. Wait a minute. This is not big enough. All right, y'all, so we have our sweet potatoes transferred to a larger plate, so I'm not making such a big mess now. And let me get this little piece off. There we go. Okay, so let's hook it up. Doesn't look as pretty as I intended. y'all know how when you have a regular baked potato and you just kind of split it in the middle and it's still together and you just stuff it with stuff. So that's what I was going for. However, we're gonna deal with what we got. So I'm putting some coconut oil. This is not together, I'm just gonna put some on both sides, but I would usually just put it right in the middle. This extra coconut oil, just rub it on my nails. All right. Then I'm going to put some agave. Oh, I don't think I showed y'all the coconut oil. For anyone that hasn't been watching, if you already seen it, then you know what I use. This is from H-E-B. Then our agave right here. Now, sweet potato is already has a very natural sweetness to it. So you don't have to overdo it if you're using a sweetener. You don't even have to use a sweetener Okay. I grew up having sweet potatoes filled up with sugar. Like, it's already sweet. Just enjoy the taste of it. All right, and then we're gonna do some cinnamon here. And usually I would like to put some vanilla as well, but I don't believe the vanilla is alkaline, and I've been doing pretty good, so I'm gonna stay away from the vanilla for now. I'll put a little bit of cloves, like, just y'all, like, be careful, because the flavor is strong. Okay. And then just a tad bit of nutmeg. My nutmeg is, yeah, okay. All I have is a tad bit, so. And I'm very careful with my nutmeg, y'all, because nutmeg puts me to sleep for some odd reason if I use too much of it. And then I have some pumpkin seeds here. Chop those bad boys. A little bit of pumpkin seeds. The idea is to get the pumpkin seeds in there while it's still hot, and this is definitely still hot. So I'm like putting them off in there. I can see if it's some of that heat. And that's it, y'all. That's it. If it's too dry for you, put a little bit more coconut oil or a little bit more agave. If you like your sweet potato to be very, very mushy, then cook it for longer. But I'm fine with this texture here. Oh yeah, that's good. A little bit of pumpkin seeds in there. I think I'll put a little bit more coconut oil and just a tad bit more agave. But let's see what's going on over here. Alright, y'all, so I want to show you the enoki. Oh, why am I always, y'all, I always do this. I'm trying to touch and eat stuff when it's still too hot. Because I'm greedy, that's why. Let's see here, where's the, I'm trying to find the end of it. Because it looks really cute when you get it from the end. It looks like a little mop. But I can't find the end of it because I'm going to cook it all together. Well, you get the idea. If you find the end of it, then it droops down like a little mop. But let's see. Oh yeah, that's so good. So, it's my first time having enoki mushrooms, and I'm trying to talk, but okay. Woo, that's good. And it's still hot with heat. So y'all, the enoki mushrooms act just like the other mushrooms that I'm used to, portobello, whereas there's not necessarily a flavor to the mushrooms. They take on the flavor of whatever you have them with. So it really doesn't mess up whatever you add it to. And there it is. I found one that's bonded together, and you see it looks like a little cute mop. So if somebody doesn't know what you're eating, they're gonna be like, oh, you got some noodles in there? I'm like, no, these are enoki mushrooms. Y'all, it's so good with the lime. The last time I made it, I didn't put lime in it. But I think going forward, I'm gonna always use a little bit of lime. So yeah, y'all, it's a hit. I'll see y'all for my next meal. All right, y'all, so I am eating again. This is that smoothie I made yesterday. It don't look so pretty today, but I re-blended it and added some more banana to it, so I didn't have to put any sweetener. But I'm gonna finish that, even though it's not one of my favorite smoothies, I'm going to finish it because it is, you know, it's edible. It's just a little different because I put too much aloe vera. And then this is the rest of my okra-tomato enoki stew from earlier. This is the last of it. I finished the whole pan, y'all. And then I'm gonna have this cactus fruit. And it is almost 7 p.m. So it's been right about 6 hours since I showed y'all the food before. So eating this way, you don't necessarily stay full. You have to eat a lot. So I feel like I'm hungry really probably on average about every 4 hours or so. So I'm gonna have to look up some recipes and figure out some things that I can make and have pre-prepared as snacks. So when I feel hungry, I can maybe have a snack, you know, every 3 hours or so in between meals. So we'll see. I'll figure it out, y'all. But let me go eat.